Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. My name is Nicole Dimson, and I am going to be presenting to you a little presentation about the graphic design program. I am the coordinator of the program, and I'm also a graduate of this program from way, way back, 1986, when apples were things you ate and not things that you worked on. So I've had a long history with the school. I'm passionate about the program because I have been a part of it for so long. I've worked for a number of years and came back as a professor about 15 years ago, working part-time, and now I'm the coordinator, and I'm thrilled to be able to be in that position and make this the best program that we possibly can. So what does it mean to have a career in graphic design? What it basically means is really good job prospects. The one thing that many of you may not be aware of is that the GTA is a leading North American center for design talent. There are approximately 45,000 designers in our neck of the woods. And we are ranked number 3 in the workforce in North America after New York and Boston. Graphic design is such a great industry to get into because you can see these 7 disciplines that are listed, from industrial design to game design to landscape architecture. Every single one of those needs designers, and there's a huge representation of these disciplines within our GTA. Also, the workforce is growing 3.9% per year, which is 4 times over the overall rate of the overall workforce. Excuse me. So why college? Many of you could be thinking about that. Why should I go to college as opposed to a university? Well, the college aspect within George Brown is we're very industry focused. It's completely applied learning. You are having leaders in technology and workforce development. We have groundbreaking programs. We prepare our students for success, not only for today, but also for tomorrow. So we're always aware of what is changing within our industry. And you do get that exposure from the day one that you are in class, because you are led by instructors with professional experience. All of our professors have worked in this industry. They don't just know it and talk, or just talk about it and write papers about it. They've actually experienced it. So that hands-on training is something we pride ourselves on. We do real-world work projects within the classroom, and we also have field placement. But by the way, it's actually cheaper to go to college first and university second. So why George Brown College? Why? Because it's a great school. It's downtown. We have access to so many different wonderful networking opportunities. We have a diverse student body, as you can see. We have a classroom that's made up of people from all walks of life, whether they're coming back to be re-educated, coming from high school, coming from our foundation programs, or if they're international students. And we pride ourselves on this because to know and understand the world of design means you have to be aware of the world around you. So get the skill set that will get you the job. We have modern learning environments. I know we're dealing with COVID right now. We will get back into the rooms soon enough. As I mentioned, we have experienced faculty that pass on their knowledge always gratefully to the students. And we have field placement, which is really wonderful. And many of our students get their first jobs through that. So an 85% graduate rate is pretty good. And even last year during COVID, I was very impressed with how many of our students ended up getting full-time work because their work was good and it still moves along. So the School of Design, as you can see, it's a very open, beautiful space, lots of space for students to gather together, to work and cheer each other on to do the best work they can. We have gallery spaces within the school as well, so you can be artistically motivated at any moment. We have display cases where they show our 3-dimensional work that the students have done. We have these amazing classrooms that is a mix of tables as well as computers around the perimeter of the room itself. Oh, I hate to say this, but I know that with COVID, yes, you're going to have to buy a computer. But one of the things we always prided ourselves on was the fact that I actually asked my first-year students to never buy a computer until they really know that this is what they want, because we have enough at the school for them to be able to get their work done. And this is a typical shot of a computer lab where we do printouts and critiques on the back as well. So it's very much like an artist studio feel. And we have private and public work areas so that the students can work with students and then meet with professors as well. So what makes us unique? We have integrated learning, which means we have field placement. Out of 4 of our students get a job through field placement. We have capstone projects that are industry driven. We have professional practice courses that prepare you for the real world so you know exactly what you need to do. And George Brown was recently named #1 in research in the college, which is brilliant. So the students and the faculty come together to work within our department to work with small and medium businesses to help launch them and do their branding and get their ideas off the ground. And we have numerous award winners because the professors as well, pardon me, make a point of getting our work out so that it can be noticed. And in the past couple of years, we've had 60 prominent awards from worldwide for our students itself. We have new formats of education where we have Dean Charettes. We have a area called Institute Without Boundaries that they come together and they work with schools as well. The Charettes, even during COVID time, we've still made them happen virtually, which is really important for the students to communicate with other design students around the world. So Entrepreneurship and Commercialization, we have the In-Store, which is a mentoring learning initiative, which consists of a store, a studio, and a catalog. Everything that is designed in that store is by our students. And the students who work within the studio are working for real world companies out and about, and they're getting the work out there through catalogs and online areas. Perhaps, Cindy, now you can put in the link to the In-Store so the students can have a look at the beautiful work that is being done. We also get very involved in It's a Start, which is a lovely pitch idea for recent grads coming in to pitch their ideas about digital media and gaming incubators. We have DigiFest as well, where the students come together. Again, it's part of the It's a Start pitch where they're able to pitch their business ideas, win some money to launch it, and have some space as well as mentorship to be able to make it happen. One of our programs, Corporate One, has a wonderful project every year. We're part of their whole branding aspect of the project is designing posters, which again are sold in our In-Store, and all the money goes towards scholarships for our students. It's usually done just before Christmas time or the holidays so that lots of people are very eager to buy one-off pieces, unique pieces for their friends and loved ones. State-of-the-art facilities, yes, we have everything that you can begin to imagine that is needed in the world of design. Every kind of printer you can think of, motion capture studios, photo studios. We have our own library within our space. We also have usability and tester labs. We have iPads and Wacom tablets. We have student galleries. We have everything that you need. And what we're looking for is curative and explorative people, self-motivated visual thinkers, problem solvers, people who are passionate about art and design, fascinated with that digital application across all media, and interested in a custom designed experience, because this is what we pride ourselves on in our school. You have an option of creating your own education once you have the basis of what we believe is the strong core subjects in the world of design. And we want people that are interested in innovation because we know the world, especially the world of design, is changing so rapidly. So graphic design is a 3-year course. There are 6 semesters to it. We have a September intake and we have a January intake as well. The first 3 semesters, as I mentioned, have a very strong foundation in core subjects. In the 4th semester, you have an opportunity to choose if you would like to major in communication design or in advertising. And with the choice of the 24 design electives, you get to customize your own education to put you in the path of where you want to be in the world of design. In your final year, you have professional practice that teaches you everything on how to get your work ready for interviews. They teach you how to put a resume together, how to do a covering letter. You end up with a mentor in the industry. You have mock interviews with them to get used to it. You do a digital portfolio, a print portfolio, so that you are ready. You know exactly what it is that you need to do to get a job in this industry. We also have field placement that allows our students to go and work with design firms. And we were a bit anxious this year with COVID, but everyone's working remotely. So the students have been taught how to work remotely, how to do proper presentations, and away they are working in the industry in the times that we have now. We also have a thesis or a major project that just showcases all of your skills that you've learned over the years. So you have a fantastic piece for your portfolio. And we also do have a year-end show where industry is invited. This year, with regards to COVID, the students have made a week-long event. And part of that event is we have design speakers from around the world who are giving open lectures for anyone to be able to come and see them. By the way, I will, after this presentation, put in my email. If this is something that interests you, we can send you the link because it's open completely to the public. We don't want it to be just closed within our own department. And we'd love prospective students to be able to see what we're doing. So we have lecture series, we have portfolio reviews from people in the industry, we have pitch day as well, we have an awards ceremony. We've made it as special as we possibly could and something for the students to feel very, very proud about. As I mentioned before, we also have this international component of these charrettes. Copenhagen and Brazil, we actually did it online. When we get back into the world of travel, we have this incredible program called Italiissimo, which is a 4-week double credit course in Italy that the students can take a part of as well. So this is the course setup that you can see. On the first column, these first semester 1, 2, and 3, these are the courses that you must take. So again, to give you that solid skill base, drawing, typography, design, digital applications, production, of course, college English is thrown in there. We also have typography 2, design, drawing, digi-apps, production 2, and design culture, learning everything about the world of design and its history. And then you get shown into the world of advertising, the world of corporate design, web design is in there, of course, more typography, more production, and one of the electives. And you can see off to the side that we have 24 electives the students can choose from. If you want to go down the path of web design or motion graphics or editorial, it's totally up to you to choose whatever course you want. You have the freedom to choose. We never dictate what the students want to do. So if you could be an advertising major or a communication major, you can see that the courses are set, but you have 2 design electives for each following semester. So this is where you can customize your own education. The same applies to our communication students who have set classes, but again, the electives are there for them to choose. So career opportunities are plentiful, and oh my stars, are they growing. I mean, I've had a student in the past year, 2 years ago, who's become a social media person for an in-house company, and they're making a very good salary. I was quite surprised. I'm not gonna, they're making $60,000 a year to post social media. And I thought, that's incredible. But to post social media well, you need a great graphic designer behind it. And this is what companies are doing. But you can see there is a plethora of jobs in our industry that are wonderful, and you can direct yourself to where you want to go. Upon completion, you can go into some of our postgraduate courses. All the work, of course, that you're seeing has been designed by our students. This is a real change that's happened in our industry. Interaction design has become something that's very important. And yes, you could take a full interaction design program, but we pride ourselves on getting our students to understand the world of interaction because designers are very much involved in that. So the students are learning how to do it from the bottom up. And every student, this is a mandatory course now because we realize the importance of it. So they learn the whole process, the thinking behind it, how it works, and graphically understand it. Our students work on various mediums. We work from print all the way through to packaging, or all the way through to motion graphics with everything in between. We make sure that our students have the knowledge for these changing times in our world. Even the editorial courses that we have now are designing editorial work that will be done strictly for e-magazines. Our students learn how to apply branding across various platforms. This is for a fictitious show that would be at their Art Gallery Ontario. They learn how to make a pitch book and apply their graphics to everything. Magazine design, as I mentioned, we do it both in print and in editor and in ebooks for the students completely to understand it. We have very intense, wonderful package design courses. We've got 2 of them on right now. The first one, you're learning how to design labels and how the whole process works. The second one, you're actually physically designing the product packaging, which is very exciting as well, and learning about sustainability and environmental issues when it comes to package design. So the students in the one course end up doing a beverage of some form, and they end up doing a whole cosmetic package as well. For our advertising students, they end up learning so many aspects about ideation, how to come up with literally 100 different ideas when you're given a project brief. And this is one that one of our students have done, and it's really quite wonderful, of 4 staples, coming up with the entire concept. That's what advertising is all about, from the catchphrase or the headline or the tagline that's going to pull you in right into the finished visuals. And it's really quite amazing to see the minds of students being able to work as beautifully as they do and succinctly within the world of advertising. In Canada, in Toronto, we have a company called No Name Foods, Loblaws product, and everything is yellow and black, and the students were asked to do a whole, how would you sell aluminum foil in No Name? And a wonderful, wonderful example of creative thinking within our program. Students in the advertising program as well learn about art direction. They learn how to take a real project brief from an existing company, because many of our professors are connected to the world of advertising, and these studios are really gracious and very eager to share the briefs with our students so that they can get the quality that they need. This one was for Chapman, and it was coming up with the idea, which is Dream It with Chapman's, and then applying it to print, to out of home, to guerrilla and online ad banners. The same approach could be taken for this one, which was World Meat Free Day that the students put together about raising awareness about it. The campaign, the stage 1, it was done with a lovely sense of humor. Know your trigger if you smell bacon, and barbecue again. Deep thought going into this, great ideation, and the execution as well. So there's some wonderful stuff that our students do. It all looks highly professional, and it's incredible to sort of see their minds and see what they come up with. So to apply for our program, there is a questionnaire that we ask you to fill out. Basically, these are the 6 questions. We want to know what your thoughts are about graphic design, why you want to be a graphic designer. Is there an artist that inspired you or a designer that you admire? What is one of your creative projects? Because we don't see each other doing these interviews, it's important for us to hear your voice. So this is why we've asked that this be done. So I can hear, almost sitting across the table from you, and sort of get that passion out as to what it is that you love about this world of design and why you want to be a part of it. We do ask that you end up giving us a portfolio. The portfolio is asking for 15 diverse pieces of your work. Digital work is very important for us because we need to make sure that you are up on your digital skills to be able to succeed in the program. So digital work, whether it's photo manipulations, animations, illustrations, lettering, logos, identities, websites, technical drawings, you name it, you can do it. You can put it in your portfolio. Typography is something else we need to see. I need to see a combination of letters and images together, whether it's posters or magazine covers or brochures or advertisements, that's fine, but we need to see that combination. And from the 2 sections up above, it's extremely important that we see all your preliminary work, your research, your roughs, your thumbnails. You need to accompany it, put it on a page accompanying this work, because this it allows us to see your thinking process, and we'd like to see it for at least one piece. Traditional art, as you can see, we will accept anything. Again, it's noticing and seeing your visual eyes and how you see things. To supply us with your portfolio, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. You can put your work on Google Drive. The most important thing whenever you're supplying any of this stuff is please make sure that we can get access to it. So unlock it. You can put it on a Google Drive, as I mentioned. You can put it on another Google Drive and set it up like a PowerPoint if you prefer. You can also use one of the template websites that some students like to do, and you could send us the link for that as well. And if you wanted to do something in one big long scrolling aspect of your work, you could do that as well. And here's a wonderful example of a piece of type that was done digitally, and you can see all of the preliminary work underneath. So I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to flip over just for a second to show you some of the motion graphics aspects that we have within our program. Sorry, I'm just moving this away just for a second. So we do have motion graphics. The students are getting very involved in that world. I will show you right now on this lovely little screen here that this is a recent assignment or project that was done for our thesis students learning exhibit design. And it's a walkthrough. So whether it's a pop-up shop or this is a shop and pop-up center that could happen. And the students learn how to do it within a program called SketchUp, where they have you being able to almost walk about the whole piece and be able to see it. So digital aspects cover so much within our program. Not only do we make sure that we have motion graphics, such as this one that you're about to see from one of our students.
Attention. This is a message from the Ministry of Peace.
We know that this is a big part of our world of design. We make sure that our students get that knowledge. They get to come up with their own concepts and put the entire piece together and learn how to do it within a motion graphic way. So it's kind of exciting. It's so wonderful to sort of see the work that people are doing and how incredibly profound it can be, such as this piece. Going to show it all. You can get a sense for it right here. And one of the last little pieces I'm going to show you is a piece that someone put together. It started out in print. And sorry, there you go. It started out in print, and then using a program called Adobe Dimension and Adobe 4D, they animated everything. So we also make sure that our students are aware of all the technologies and the programs that are out there to take their work and elevate it to another level. One of the things that we're going to be doing this year as well is having our classes somewhat interconnected within the students. So for instance, if you were designing something like this in Design 1, you would then turn around and you would be able to design the motion of it within the motion graphics courses. So we're trying to make sure that we get everybody connected, interconnected with everything. All right, so I may be a little early on that. I'm gonna have a look at the chat right now. Yes, the graphic design program is available for part-time studies. Many of our students know that they have to work full-time and be busy making a living because they have to survive. So yes, you can definitely do it part-time. Normally you have 6 classes within a term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe part-time is about 3 or 4 classes. So definitely that is something that you could do. Within this program, you will have a material fee that will allow you to have the Adobe subscription, We use many of the Adobe platforms. We teach our students these programs within the design program in digital design or digital applications, excuse me. So you're using Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign for your first year. Many of the students are using a lot of the programs like Procreate and whatnot on the iPads. Then we get into After Effects and Adobe Premiere and all the various ones. So it is included in your material fee as long as you were a student in our college. And one of the things that we've made happen, and which is really great as well, is the students get to keep that Adobe subscription. So you graduate in April, you get to keep it until the beginning of September to hold you over before you end up getting your job. Tiffany, my friend, the reality of the rollout of the vaccine looks like, as we know, it's not as fast as we'd like it to be. There's a real strong possibility we will be online again next year for the fall semester only. We're really crossing our fingers. Now, there's a real possibility that the vaccine, everything will be great, and suddenly by miracle, we can all be together. But if not, it looks like it's one more term. If you do not have enough for your portfolio, enough pieces, enough knowledge to be able to succeed, I highly recommend taking the Art and Design Foundation course. I did not put it at the end of this, assuming that maybe they were having a little blurbage on it. But once you take that class, which is a one-year course that gives you an incredible array of knowledge within the field of design, if your average is a B+ and up, you are automatically admitted into our program because we know that you have the skill set to be able to do it.